Welcome back, you guys. I am so excited for today's video. Not only because I am probably the last person on earth to get this palette, but because it's also from one of my favorite brands and it's a collaboration with Nupur and Bella Beauty Bar. We have the Coalescence palette and she is beautiful. I cannot wait to show you guys both the looks that I created, show you the swatches and all of the fun things. I am excited. This color story is so freaking beautiful and I hope that you can find some inspiration for my looks. So let's go ahead and get into it. If this is your first time here, my name is Heather and I love all things makeup, especially colorful makeup and indie brands. And if you happen to love those things too, I really hope you will stick around, subscribe. I would love to see you back down below in the comments. I would love to hear your thoughts on these looks as well. You guys, these shimmers are so beautiful, but not even just that. The color story of this palette is truly just so breathtaking, and I wanted the singles in this collection so bad, but I couldn't afford to get them right now, so I did have to hold off on that, but they are beautiful as well. And there's one specifically that is living rent-free in my mind, and I can't wait to pick it up, but I am happy to have this palette in my hands. I think it is truly stunning. So I do have a code with Bella Beauty Bar. It is AOML and it will save you 10%. But I did not get this palette in PR. I do purchase all of my Bella Beauty Bar palettes, but I love this. I love this so much and I'm excited to show you guys the swatches. Okay, so this palette has like a mix of different types of shimmers. You have hollows, multi-chromes, there's a satin in here, there's even duochromes, you have a gorgeous metallic as well. Like, she really played with a lot of different types of formulas, which I really love. And this palette retails for $69 US, and there is also a message from Nupur that says this palette was designed with a lot of my favorite tones and also tailored to some of my favorite ways to play with makeup, combining warm and cool tones, muted and bright tones, neutral and colorful tones in the same look, layering sheer sparkly shadows over other shimmers or mattes, which I love that because I like doing that as well. And I just think she did such a fantastic job on this color story, and I love this look so much. So this is actually the second look that I created, but I really love the first one as well, and I'm so excited for you guys to see it. But I will link all of the products I use for both looks down in my description box, along with the palette and Nupur's YouTube channel in case you guys want to go check her out. I do highly recommend you check her out because she is pretty awesome and pretty talented. But let's go ahead now and get into look number one. You guys, I think I'm the last person on the planet to get this palette, but I think it's going to be worth the wait. You guys know I love Bella Beauty Bar, so I am so excited to finally have this in my hands. This color story is truly divine. Like, look at her. She is so beautiful and I'm excited. I cannot wait to hopefully create something fun and exciting today. I have missed filming looks, but things have been kind of slow lately, so I think they're starting to pick up. So I'm excited about that, but we're just gonna jump right in. I usually tell you guys like what blush and highlight I'm wearing, but I'm just gonna list it down below in the description box. I'm working on like tweaking a few things to make my videos a little shorter and just smoother all around. So let me know your thoughts on that. But we're just going to jump in. As I said, the shimmers in this palette are beautiful. So I did swatch out the whole palette. You guys have already seen the swatches, but afterwards I re-swatched the shimmers and then I paired the mattes together accordingly with how they swatched, like with the shimmers. I try to pair the shimmers with the flips. I think that's so fun. But we're going to dig right on in and we're going to start out with this gray shade. So some of these I can pronounce Some of them I cannot. I will do the very best I can. So we're going to start with the gray. And honestly, I don't know if I'm going to take this all the way in or if I'm going to use something else for the inner corner. So for now, I think I'm just going to leave the very inner part of this blank. I probably won't know exactly what I want to do until after I do the shimmers and everything. But I'm excited. I love that she paired her gray with this. This is a very unique and beautiful color story, and I think it's really exciting. So I just started out with the E06, but I'm going to go ahead and switch over to the E03 from Singe just to bring this up a bit higher. This is going to be like the base shade. And I have very high hopes for this look. I think it's going to be beautiful. I think I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing on the lower lash line as well. And in that aspect, we'll keep it simple. So I'm just going to use the E04 to run some of this down here too. And taking it all the way across. Okay, so I just wiped off the E06 on my Sigma switch, and now we're going to dip into Chaos. I love that they did a satin as well, and I will say this satin swatched really beautifully, kind of like the Somber Soils in the Diver Room collab, and I'm kind of eager to see like what I think about that one. But I am taking this green, and I'm going to take it all the way through the crease. You guys know I love mixing gray with other colors. I think it's so fun and creates really fun, unique combos. So I'm excited to mix these two. I think it's going to be beautiful. I'm really sad because I'm out of my Yensa concealer, and I've went through like 7 of them. And I'm realizing now I don't have any concealers that I like, except for the one I used today, which is the Makeup by Mario, but this one is too dark. It's my self-tan concealer, and I have a little tiny bit left of the One Size Turn Up the Base, but I cannot afford to replace my concealer right now. So I'm trying to use up some of the others in my collection because I have several open, and I'm realizing I don't like any of them. So I do have a Sephora gift card, and I need to go look on there and see if I can find one. But I was going to ask if you guys have any recommendations. I need something that dries pretty quickly but does not make like crease too bad. Because my issue with a lot of the other ones is they crease to the high heavens. And I need something with the fullest coverage of concealer. So if you have like dark circles or anything like that, I really want to know your thoughts. Because you know the struggle. And the struggle is real. I'm on the hunt. So I'm just using the E07. We're going to run some of this under here as well. Okay, so I just used some concealer to clean up the lid because I want to go in with the shade Aries. And I'm going to do that on a E27 from Sigma. And I want to just add that like out here. I want it to be like a pop of color. I think it could be cool. And I love like these tones mixed together. I think they're beautiful. Truly a match made in heaven. But I will have to like deepen up this outer corner. I'm thinking of doing it with another shade, but I don't know if it'll work. I may have to just use this shade. So I'm just packing this on, taking it over part of the way. That way it can layer under the shimmer I have planned to put here. I think that looks kind of cool too. I know it looks a little crazy right now, but I really do think it's going to come together nicely. Let's take some of this on the lower lash line too. So I just wiped off the E07 from Singe, And we're gonna run this along here. It's kind of cool with the right liner. I really like this matte situation so far a lot, actually. I've done this combo a few times, but I've never like really done it quite like this. I'm gonna clean up the U06 and just go in with a little bit of Aries and just lightly try to blend. So I started reading the book Dire Bound. Angelica told me to read it while we were in Greece, and I've been waiting for the audiobook to come out because I like to listen to the audiobook while I'm doing like other YouTube things. And it's finally out, and it's good. I'm on chapter 23 and I still have like 12 hours left in the book, but it's really good. If you like fantasy, I think you might be into it too, but like I said, I still have quite a long way to go, so I can't speak on the whole book, but so far it is fantastic, so I wanted to mention it. But I am on the hunt for some new series. I finally finished the Tracy Crosswhite series, and that was good. There's a new one coming out soon, and I can't wait to read that as well. I love that series. It's more like she's a homicide detective, and I've been reading that series for years, but I thought the series was over until Heather Austin told me that a new book was released while we were in Greece, and I was like, say less. I was so excited, but I reread the whole thing, and it's still hits, you know, just like it used to. But look at this. I think this is pretty. I love this. You know what? You could make it an all matte look and just fade this gray into that burgundy shade. My hands look filthy, covered in eyeshadow, but that's the fun part about swatching and playing with things. Now we're going to dip into the shimmers, but first we're going in with the Shine On from CLIONADH. So I'm just going to add some of this to the back of my hand and tap it out on the lid. Did you guys see that Lethal Cosmetics is doing a Conjuring collab, and before it launches, shipping to the US will be open back up. I think they got a US warehouse. I am so excited. Oh, I cannot wait to see this new collection, and I'm so happy they got their shipping stuff fixed, because I was a little sad by that, I can't lie. But now for the shimmers. So the shades I want to play with are these two. This shade and this shade. So this is the one that looks more green. It's so pretty. And then we have the one with that more like wine shift. Honestly, either one of these would be gorgeous on their own, but I'm a sucker for a Bella Beauty bar shimmer, so I do want to try them both. So we're going to start with the pinky one. Oh, it's so pretty. I have high hopes. And this one is holographic as well, which you know. I am sold immediately, and Jesus, this is so gorgeous. Oh. On top of that color, I knew it was going to be so good. It just really brings out that like fiery aspect to that color. It's so stunning. Totally does not disappoint whatsoever. That is so beautiful. I love that. And then we'll do the other one, which is equally as beautiful. And as equally beautiful on the eye. That is so beautiful. Oh, we love her. I love that shade. That's so pretty. And I have a feeling like if you laid that on the green, it would probably bring out more of that flip. It totally does. That's so stunning. But now that I'm looking at this, I'm trying to figure out the inner corner situation. Do we do a little pink? I kind of wish there was like a little bit of like a peachy shade. I think that could have been really cool, especially with the flips in these two shades. But I think we'll do the pink. So I'm just going to add a little bit of this. It's the shade Dawn. And I'm going to add it to the inner corner. Not a whole lot, but just enough to give it that little pop of color. Then I'm just going to go in with my little CLIONADH brush and spray it with that shade, the lighter shade I used here in the front. Ooh, you see how hot pink that looks there? Oh, it's because I used the wrong shade. Duh, Heather. So let me switch that out. I'm going back into that one that I used in the inner corner, the one with the green flip. See, when put on that more like purpley shade, it kind of brings out the pink in that one. That's so pretty. I love this so much. I always love the way a look comes together at the end, and oh, I love this one so much. This is such an odd color combo, but in the best way, at least in my opinion. You guys are gonna have to let me know what you think of it, but honestly, I love it so much. Those shimmers are giving me life right now, which is a good thing because it's 9 o'clock at night. But I wanted to tell you what I used for liner. So I used the shade Killer Pink from Too Faced in the front part of the waterline, and then I did Joyride out here on the outer part. But for mascara, I used Bad Gal Bang from Benefit, and I used my Kiss lashes. That's my last pair. These are the Pompadour lash, but I will have it all linked down below along with everything else that's on my face. But I love this so much. I cannot wait to create another look with it tomorrow. But let's go ahead now and move on to look number 2. So I am back for look number 2, and I'm excited to get into this. I think I might end up loving this one even more than I did the first one, but we'll have to see. So I'm going to start out with the E06, and I want to dip into the shade here, Libra, and I'm going to see how well this does on my very light skin in the inner corner as like a brightening shade. I may have to go in with a white again to like give myself a lighter inner corner, but we'll see. I do really love the undertone of this shade though. I think it's really, really pretty. And I'm just pressing it here in the inner corner. I think I might even take this on the lower lash line as well. So I'm just going to use an E04 to do that. She is pigmented. It is always risky for me to use a purple in the inner corner because I do have dark circles under my eyes. And I try not to enhance them. And sometimes, if you're not careful, I feel like it can. This shade used on a white base would be really beautiful as well because it's actually a lot brighter than what it's showing up as, but I'm going to be honest, I was a little lazy today and I just used concealer as eye primer, and the concealer I used is kind of dark, so it's not showing up as light as it could have, but still pretty nonetheless. Okay, so I think I also want to take this shade Sprout. That is a very unique shade to my collection. I love the undertone of that, but I'm going to use the E04 and press this in down here on the lower lash line. But I think these two colors together could be really pretty. And I think I could be correct. It's a really gorgeous undertone. Then using a clean E06, I'm just going to press this in out here as well. I just love this combo. And I've done like purple and green before, but it's so cool like how you can do like different undertones of the same colors, and it just really completely changes the whole entire look. And I think that is really fun. I hesitated on doing green again today because I did green yesterday, but it's like, you know what? I just want to do the looks that I feel inspired to do when I look at the palette, because sometimes those end up being the best ones in my opinion. Okay, so I do want to deepen this up, I think. Although I will say you could just use the shade Balance all over the lid and that would be so pretty, like on its own. Maybe even this shade. No, not that shade in the inner corner. Probably Harmony would be cute on the lid as well. So you technically, I mean, you don't need to deepen it up, but it's no secret or surprise that I love very dramatic looks, so I am going to. So I want to do the shade here, Decay, and we'll just see what that looks like. So I'm going to use the E27 from Sigma and just press this in the crease starting out here, and then I'll use the E06 to blend it out, which it's blending like very nicely. And then I'll just keep going back in with more color until it gets as deep as I wanted. And I really like the look of this color on top of that light green. I think it's really pretty. This is a very unique color story, like I said, and I feel very drawn to it. I love the muted tones and the undertones that she chose. I think they're really pretty, especially in contrast with the shimmers and like all of the other different formulas. It's very fun and exciting. I think they did a really good job together. And it's a lot different than I feel like anything else they've come out with or any of the other collabs. And this is just deepening up perfectly. Then I'll go back into Sprout, which is that lighter shade, and just really blend out the edges. I'm also using the E07 to add some of this down here to the lower lash line. I just love like the smoky outer corner situation. I always end up thinking it's so cute, and it just doesn't feel complete to me when I do an eye look without the lower lash line like really being blown out as well. But these mattes were really easy to get here, you know what I mean? And I'm excited. Now I have to figure out which shimmer, because I really love this one, but I'm also thinking about Harmony. And since I already have so much green out here, I'm thinking maybe we'll do Harmony on the lid and then maybe this one down here on the lower lash line. I do like this shade, which is the shade Balance, because when you look at it swatched out, it has like that pink shift, but it also has like this green on it as well. It's really pretty, but I'm thinking the pink might not show up. Okay, so I'm gonna open up a new tube of my Bella Beauty Bar primer. It's one of the best, and this is what I'm gonna use for glitter glue. I'm kind of thinking though, maybe I should have like made the inner part matte only. So I'm just gonna put some of that purple on top of this glitter glue. I mean, it doesn't mess it up or anything. It still works just fine. Apparently I'm gonna get the hiccups, but I think it might be actually really cool. Sometimes I like the inner part to be matte. I think I still want to do that shade, that same shade, Harmony. So let's just start here in the center Oh man, the shimmers yesterday were so good too. I freaking loved them. But these are beautiful as well. Or this is beautiful as well. Why don't we layer? I know Newport likes to layer her shimmers, which I do think could be fun. So let's layer a little bit of this shade Balance over here on the outside half of the lid. Yeah, I really like the look of that. And do you see how easily it makes it all kind of fade effortlessly into the front part? I think that's really pretty. This is giving me mermaid vibes for real. Then we'll take some more of that shade Decay and we'll make sure it's all like nicely blended out here. That is really cool. I wonder if we take some of Sprout, which is that bright green, and put on the edge of that shimmer. I also like mixing shimmers and mattes. I think that is fun as well. Oh, I love this. This is reminding me of something, but of a palette. But for the life of me, I cannot think of the palette it's reminding me of. If you can, just this eye color story, let me know, because I can't think of it right now. But I also do want to use a matte white. So I've been reaching for the Broken Jewels a lot. So let's do that, because there's a good matte white in here. I'm just going to use this little pencil brush from Blend Bunny. You know, I spoke too soon on the launches being slow, because we have so many coming out at once, and I'm excited about it. I can't lie. Oh, I just love this combo, and those shimmers are truly just so breathtaking, especially with the highlighter. This look just came together in the best way, and it's driving me crazy because I don't know what palette this is reminding me of, but it's like right there at the edge of my mind. You know what I mean? Maybe the Lure palette from Blend Bunny. I'm not sure. But I love the way this turned out. Honestly, I don't know which one I ended up loving more, because I really loved the last one too. These shimmers are like so freaking good in this palette. I love them so much. Like the ones from the first look were really breathtaking as well. I've just had so much fun with it so far. But as for finishing up this look, I used the ColourPop liner in the shade Exit, and then the purple liner from Glisten Cosmetics, and then I did the Bad Gal Bang and the bright lashes in the style Adorn, which I love. And then I've been wearing the Kiss ones a lot lately, so I miss my bright lashes. I love them. Okay, so there's like 2 matte shades I need to use still, which are the neutral right here and then this darker purple. And there are still 2 shimmers that I need to use. Oh, and the shade down here, Fauna, which is the satin, which is really cool as well. So I'm excited to get some more use out of this one. That way I can really gather my thoughts on it. But so far I've had so much fun with this palette, and I think it's really, really beautiful. Like the artwork and stuff is a bit more toned down, I feel like, than what they typically do. But man, the inside is truly so beautiful. And the artwork being toned down kind of makes it stand out even more, I feel like, and in such a very good way. Now, to love this, of course, you're gonna have to love that cool tone color story, which is very popular and has been for the last 2 years, which I am not mad at. I have loved so much. But if you are into the color story, I think you will absolutely love this palette. And as I mentioned in the intro, I will link the collaborator down below. She is amazing, and I never watched her before, but I have learned some stuff from her since then that I think is like really exciting and fun new ways to try out like shimmer shades and layering them and all of those really cool things. So I do recommend you checking her out if you haven't done so yet. But all in all, this was such a blast and I can't wait to continue using this one off camera. But so far, I would say so good. This is the same great formula that I know and love from Bella Beauty Bar. They are one of my top favorite brands. But if you want to stay tuned for my end of the month ranking, it should be up sometime at the beginning of October. I'll let you guys know my final thoughts on it. That way I can get some more time with the palette behind the scenes. But thank you guys so much for watching this video all the way to the end. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. It really does mean so much. And you're going to have to let me know which look was your favorite. And I think I'm like the last person to get this palette. So if you did pick it up, let me know your thoughts on it. I would love to hear from you down below. But until next time, bye.